Hello everybody, all my young Turks and friends. We're at the Mall March on Raleigh. Thousands of people have showed up. We've got to do this all over the country, in every state capital, not just in D.C. We've got to challenge state legislators. We've got to challenge these Congress people back in their home districts. We've got to mobilize, and then we have to move people. We have to have a moral revolution of values in this country, and I'm glad that you all are joining with us today. God bless.
Throughout the summer of 2013, we saw what 21st century extremism looks like in North Carolina. But we also learned the power of moral resistance as Moral Mondays continued not just for a day, but week after week, becoming not only the largest state government-focused civil disobedience campaign in U.S. history. We discovered a call and a response that led us from the depths of our faith and the constitutional tradition to direct action for justice. And 4 years later, we see that we have been preparing all along for such a time as this. The racist and greedy extremism that came to power in North Carolina 4 years ago now controls the White House and the Congress in D.C. Millions are afraid. A loud majority is outraged, and the whole world is in turmoil asking, what can we do? Right. Well, we know we've got a hard fight ahead, but we know how to win. And we know how to fight all 15 rounds. 4 years ago, extremists controlled all 3 branches of our state government. But last November, after 3 years of hard work, built on top of 7 years of getting to know each other, even as Trumpism swept across the South, extremists in this state lost the executive and the judicial branches here in North Carolina. We know how to fight. And not only that, not only did we fight in the ballot box, but we took what we stirred up in the street in the court. And last year, a federal court not only ordered special elections to reconstitute our racially gerrymandered legislature this year, but they ruled the voter suppression law unconstitutional. We know how to fight. And so we marched this weekend because justice is always winning. Might have some breaks along the way, might have some stumbles along the way, but justice is always winning. Truth may be on the scaffold and wrong may be on the throne, but truth is going to sway the future. Justice is always winning. You might have some dark Fridays, but hang around. Resurrection is coming. Truth is always winning. We're winning because we're clear about the moral issues of public policy. Some issues, I said, are not about left or right, but about right versus wrong. We march because it's wrong to attack the life-saving Affordable Care Act, better known as Obamacare, which has extended coverage to 200 million Americans, which is making sure that over 2 million North Carolinians under 65 with pre-existing conditions have access to health care. We march to save health care. We march because it's wrong to defend racist and unconstitutional gerrymandering. If you can't win on the issues, stop cheating to keep yourself in office. We march because it's wrong when your party loses statewide elections despite historic attempts at voter suppression. You then exercise legislative tyranny as North Carolina extremist-led General Assembly did when they passed Senate Bill 4. That's wrong, and that's why we march. We march because it's wrong to defend the anti-family, anti-worker, anti-living wage, anti-LGBTQ HB2 bill. We march because it's wrong to defend and excuse the lies and the fear and the hate of Trumpism and to undermine our democratic institution and appoint and approve regressive and extreme federal appointees and white nationalists into the White House. We march. There are over 55 million Latinos in the United States and over 3.3 million Muslims in the United States. It's wrong and it's racist and it's demonic to drive fear into our immigrant and our Muslim brothers and sisters. And it's wrong to build a wall to keep Mexicans out while you let the Russians in. It's just wrong. It's wrong. It's wrong to talk about law and order when our criminal justice system is out of order and the new Jim Crow is incarcerating too many black, brown, and even poor whites. And so we march. We march because we know these are not conservative policies. These are extreme policies that hurt real people. And so white and black and brown and people of faith and people of conscience and men and women and gay and straight and rich and poor and documented and undocumented, we march. We march not only, though, to say these things are wrong. We march to put a face on the people they impact. Tell somebody, look at my face. We march together so that preachers can fight for 15 and workers can say Black Lives Matter and a white woman can stand with her black sister for voting rights and a black man can stand for a woman's access to health care and LGBTQ folk can stand for religious liberty and straight people can stand up for gay people and bisexual people and transgender people and queer people. And a Muslim imam can stand with an undocumented worker. That's why we march. We march because we have seen extremism before. We know what it looks like. And we even march to redeem some of our adversaries because some of them are starting to find out, I need Obamacare. Well, come on over here and march with us. We march because love is our ethic and not just an emotion. Justice is a foundation, not just a philosophy. Truth is the centerpiece of our lives and not just cute words. We march as a symbol of our moral resistance. And then when we get to the People Assembly, you will hear from people and you will hear a call to action because not only must we mobilize, but we must go to work back home. We march because we know that we are North Carolina. We are America. And the last time I checked, we ain't going nowhere.